Hey guys, so I don't have very much time, and I was watching this before I take a shower and get ready to go. I have to get some stuff done, but every day I've been like starting my mornings and whatever whenever I get around and have my first Diet Coke and stuff. I've been listening to I've been listening to like and encouraging, not just like horoscope stuff, but just things that kind of start my day in a positive note. Not sometimes these aren't always so positive. Actually, this has started out kind of negative, but it is so crazy. I think this is the same person that I played last time. Hey, Cool Gamer and Bullocks. This is the same uh, person I played last time that it and this resonates and is so true to what is going on again. And in this community, I know a lot of people don't believe in this stuff. That's why I put not true crime. And I'm sure that there's way more interesting things on for people to listen to. So I know this definitely is not for anybody or everybody. This is just for people who are Pisces. Like if you are a Pisces, or if your moon or rising is Pisces, or if it really seems like it resonates with you, then you probably have Pisces in your charts. But anyways, I've listened to like the first 10 minutes. I'm like, oh my God, once again, spot on to what's going on. I was hoping I would get a couple of my people who have been around for since the beginning to be able to hear this, because it's so on point once again. I'm like, oh my God. I haven't even listened. It could be completely embarrassing. I have no idea because I didn't even listen to past like 10 minutes. One thing though, I was up all, I could not sleep last night. I was so disturbed by that Summer Wells video. The one that Prayer Garden and me went over last night, the one that she enhanced. I don't know if she put that back out again by itself, but I hope so. But it's very disturbing. I have never had a something in this case or anything in this, actually anything since I've started doing YouTube, that has bothered me as much as that did. If you haven't seen it, please go watch what Prayer Garden discussed last night. Go to her video. Fast forward until you see like the words on the screen. It's black and white, and she's putting the words across the screen. She has an enhanced listen to it. Also, we listened to it on my live last night, but since she did the work, you should go watch it on her live or whatever. I'm hoping she just uploaded it by herself. At 1 hour and 6 minutes. Okay. I'm going to be on later about that, but I have some things to get done today, and I always start my day with something positive, or lately since the past like month, because it really helps. And so even though this type of stuff might not even be true or anything, it's crazy how accurate it is. But anyways, I will be back on later about the Summer Wells thing, because my stomach is like in knots and I could not sleep last night, which I've had trouble sleeping lately anyways. But it was extra bad because I kept thinking about, oh my God, it is so disturbing. Thank you, Swap Critters. Yeah, it's just so freaking disturbing. So go check that out if you haven't watched it. But I'm gonna watch this. I'll share the link if you're a Pisces and when I hear this later, because I might not be able to stay on the whole time. So I should probably get off here at least by 3.
To be a situation in the past where you were using your third eye to look at something, you saw something clearly. Now, you could have felt betrayed, you could have felt um, some sort of separation or sadness, some sort of heartbreak, some sort of sorrow, whatever it was, even confusion, alienation. Maybe you felt separated, from people or a group or something. Okay, but let's see what else is coming out. Apathy. So this 4 cups is Cancer energy. So I feel like you either felt rejected and isolated, maybe you asked for numerous things to be done, or maybe you were just trying to get into something, or you may have asked for help. Maybe people were saying they were too busy to help you with certain things. They had all these other obligations. They had other things that were way more important. So I feel like in the past you always felt like like you were not a priority. And this could have been in any area of your life. It could have been in a relationship. Maybe you were with someone who they always put their family first, or you were at a job where you had legitimate complaints or concerns about something, but it was sort of brushed off. I kind of feel like that's the past. You were in some sort of situation where you really did not feel heard. You didn't feel like your voice was heard. This could have led to heartbreak. It also, and y'all have to excuse my little pinky nail. The nail fell off. I'm taking these off today anyway, so I'm not going to even try to fix it. Um, but you may have sort of even regretted asking for help from someone or even voicing your opinion. Maybe you regretted that. Like once the words left your lips, or once you spoke about, because this can represent the moon energy, it's Cancer energy. It also corresponds with your throat chakra, so how you speak. So I feel like you tried to speak up for yourself, but you kept being rejected, or sort of, like I said, like your concerns were sort of just brushed off to the side. No one took what you were saying serious. So it could have left you in an energy of stagnation. um you may have felt like people were focusing on the negative. That could be why you felt a lot of heartbreak or betrayal. Maybe you felt harshly judged or something, or you could have felt like you were betrayed or something like that. It has something to do with that in the past. Then you have the death card here. So this is like that. This could be, maybe people didn't hear your concerns about a situation. Um, This has a lot to do with the heart chakra here. This is Scorpio energy. This also represents the planet Pluto, which speaks of transformation, or some sort of a generation energy. It could speak of new beginnings. It could speak of letting go of something. So I feel like you realized that when you were not being heard, your concerns weren't being heard. Though no matter how much you voice something, it's almost, I kind of feel like something was used against you, like your own words were used against you in some way. The more people knew that you were concerned about something, the more they isolated you. The more that they knew you desired something, the more they made sure you did not get it, or try to put barriers in your way so you would not get it. So you could have been asking for a job. The answer was no. You could have been asking for help with something. The answer was no. It was always, I kind of feel like there were always excuses made, but it was rooted in something that had to do with people focusing on the negative. something nostalgia, because this also could be with nostalgia. So it's like someone focusing on the negative, and due to their inability to focus on the current of who you have evolved into, they were still holding on to past actions, pay whatever it was. Maybe you said something that rubbed someone the wrong way, and that was their way of getting back at you, getting other people around you not to listen to your concerns in the situation. And this could have been heartbreaking, because I feel like there was something you really needed help with. It almost even could have been a situation where you felt like it was a life or death situation. It could have been something that
So when she said that, I immediately thought, like, okay, that was she's talking, I thought of that as Jim. I was going, everybody was making a joke basically of his passing, or not a joke. Well, yeah, kind of his passing, and really making a joke of my feelings about his passing. Like they knew how I felt, you know what I mean? But like, if you weren't here earlier, like I said, I listened to the first 10, 15 minutes of this, and then I was like, okay, this is the same lady I think I listened to last time I went live watching this. And now this is for people who have Pisces, like, strongly in their charts, and your sun sign, or, moon, or rising, or several, and several other parts of your chart. I have a lot of Pisces in my chart. And oh my gosh, this is so far was spot on. I don't know what the rest said. So it could be, I don't know, it could be negative or positive. But like what I said is that every day I'm trying to start myself off with some kind of video of encouragement. Sometimes these aren't always so encouraging, but I don't know. It is for some reason it's helpful for me. Well, you can get, why would you come in here then? Pole Queen. I know who that is. All right.
that was even health related, and your concerns were not being heard, or if it was something job related, it was something that would have help you provide for your family, or create some sort of stability for yourself where you could pay your bills. I feel like there was a plan put into place not to help you or to turn you down no matter what. I don't care what, in what area. And this it could have gone on for um 3 years, possibly even 3 decades, depending on your age. There was three main people involved.
Or 3 months. I'm thinking she was doing 3 months is what I'm thinking. Yeah, they set a plan in place to not help me. Because they were all in my Discord, the one I gave to somebody, to them, turning everybody against me and spreading lies.
Though there was three main people who sort of put this together and planned this. So maybe you had a falling out with one, and they incorporated the other two to kind of execute this plan in some way. So I feel like you felt like you had to just put an ending to trusting that people would hear your voice, or they would help you in anything. You kind of decided that you were going to if you wanted to have any sort of new beginning in your life, or any sort of new start, you were going to have to go at something alone. This could have been sort of like an upheaval of, you may have had to up and move out of a situation, because no matter how much you complained about your landlord, that went unheard. It went unaddressed. How much you complained about someone who you lived with, it went unaddressed. How much you complained. So there was something that you had to feel. You even could have changed jobs, or either doctors or something, due to there was some sort of upheaval, though. That's what I'm saying. It's like you had to let something go, because you had to move in another direction, because you knew you were not going to get the help that you really needed if you stayed in some area of your life. Yeah, there was a lot endings, defeat. There was so much betrayal. I even get the energy Pisces because this has something to do now. This can represent the sun card. This is also Gemini energy. Again, you see no, 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 three no's here, right? You see one yes and three no's. So it's like no matter what, you kept being told no. And this was intentional. It was intentionally, it was backstabbing, betrayal, enemies, people bitching about the smallest little thing, bad mouthing you due to bitterness, you feeling like some sort of doormat, or them wanting to put you in the energy of you feeling like a doormat. Um, being exhausted, trying to cope, your inability to cope with the reality of how people were actually doing you. And again, this is past energy because we're about to move past this with the next. We're going to move into current energy. Okay. So this is past energy. This is something that you had to deal with in the past. But for this to come out, Pisces, I don't feel like this is completely over. With these 10 of swords, you may be on the dealing, you may have gotten through a lot of this, but I feel like there's still reminiscence of people who haven't quite let go of how good it felt to betray you. So there, I feel like there's still people in either in your family, in your community, on some job, some sort of relationship you were in, who are still vibrating in this energy of wanting you to be a doormat, wanting you to fail, wanting to ruin things for you, you know, hoping to sever ties with you, still in that energy of wanting to backstab you or betray you, still bad mouthing you, bitching over the littlest thing, not willing, so a lot of bitterness here, not willing to let some sort of past go. This right here, this card represents your root chakra, and it has a lot to do with what you have. Someone could have been angry about what you have. It could have been a relationship that you were in. Maybe they were upset about your spouse. Maybe they were upset about uh, the type of job you had. Maybe they were upset about it was something about what you have. This could have even been something that had to do with internally, it had something to do with, it could have been someone didn't, you'll be surprised, people will like you for the stupidest, I mean, dislike you for the stupidest reason. It'll be because of your body, it'll be because of people are attracted to you, or maybe you get something easy, or it's something that they felt like you get easier than what it should, something was easier for you than it should have been. So there was something put in place to kind of hinder you a lot. It was a lot of backstabbing going on here. And so I see you had to, for you to really get over this, you had to kind of uproot yourself. It was the only way think you were ever going to heal from this heartbreak. You knew that these people were intentionally betraying you. And I do feel like you tried to speak on it, but your voice went unheard. It was almost as if they had set something up to tell people, don't listen to this Pisces. I don't care what happens. Don't listen to anything they say. And that's a very dangerous place to put a human being in, because then you have a lot of evil people who will step in and say, oh, I can do whatever I want. I can use my title to cover things up. I can, that's a very unethical, inhumane place to put another human being in. And I feel like this is exactly where you were in the past. Now, with this 10 of swords representing that sun energy, it's like that the conscious mind, your ego. Somebody felt like you had a ego. And that's what they felt like, they felt like you had some sort of big ego, and they wanted to tear you down. They wanted to, sort of like um possibly even humiliate you through bad mouthing. And
That's how that's what I feel. Like that's how I feel is that exactly like how she just said. Um, hold on, let me listen to that exactly how she said that again, just the past 10 seconds.
what
What
they
they
felt
felt
like.
like,
They
they
felt
felt
like
like
you
you
had
had
some
some
sort
sort
of
of
big
big
ego,
ego
and
and
they
they
wanted
wanted
to
to
tear
tear
you
you
down.
down.
They
They
wanted
wanted
to,
to,
sort
sort
of
of
like,
like,
Yeah, I feel like people think that. I feel like people think that I have some kind of ego, or like I think I'm, you know, I feel like people, I feel so misunderstood sometimes. And uh, so I definitely do feel like that people use that as an excuse, like to say, oh, I don't, but I don't feel, I definitely do not think I'm better than anybody, at all. I have a lot of faults.
um, possibly even humiliate you through bad mouthing and trying to just make things collapse in your life. With the sun here, this is even though it's Gemini, it could be a Gemini who has heavy sun, like uh, their sun sign is a Gemini.
And guess who Gemini is? The number one culprit in all this. That's her sign.
Gemini may have been somebody who played a role in this in your past. It could, we have Libra here, Cancer here, Scorpio here. Those could be signs that are significant. Or it could just be where the placements are in your natal chart. You know, it could be where the placements are. You may have, you could possibly have Libra as your Saturn sign, Libra and Saturn. You may have Cancer in your moon as your moon sign. You may have Scorpio and Pluto. You may have Gemini as your sun sign. So it could even be your own placements. But let's get into your present energy, okay? Because that was the past energy. Damn, Pisces, some of you all went through some stuff it's almost, to me it looks even illegal. But if no one was listening to you, that's really unethical for them to put you in that kind of situation. And I kind of feel like you have people who felt so good about being able to get away with illegal or inhumane behavior towards you, or just backstabbing and bad mouthing you, that they're not ready to let that kind of power go. Even if you
That is so sad to me that they're. Oh, thank you, Brooklyn. They didn't pick it up yesterday. The mailman didn't pick it up yesterday, though. So I was like, I'm like, of course, but it's on its way now. Um, and I did put some extras in there because you had to wait so long. But yeah, it's not anybody's place to assume, especially when it comes to something like that. I mean, I don't know how anybody can sit in there and listen to people make fun of how somebody grieves over somebody. I mean, that is just so inhumane. Like exactly what she's saying. There is things that are going on that's completely illegal. It there is. For one, loaning somebody money and turning around and saying it's fraud's illegal by reversing those charges. So, anyways, I know I don't really want to talk about that situation too much because I know it just causes more response. I mean, either way, I know it does. I shouldn't be talking on it, but when I hear things like this, it just like, bugs. It's just like I don't understand how people can be like that. And I just thought, some of these people I really just thought were really good people. I'm just so disappointed.
do have some other people who have moved on, they may recognize that they did something really wrong to you. I don't feel like anyone has stepped up and said they were sorry or even admitted to anything. People not going to admit to any illegal behavior. So I don't feel like that has happened. I just kind of feel like, you felt like you had no other choice but to uproot and move on from a situation. Now, your current energy is dreams. This is Scorpio energy. This corresponds with this solar plexus chakra. of I can. So you're believing in yourself in spite of what happened to you, Pisces. And that's simply amazing. Some people would have given up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest with you. I do feel like some people did give up because that's how inhumane this was. That was the intent, for you to give up. But for the Pisces who stuck in there, you didn't give up. And that's amazing. Your tenacity, your resilience, your desire to fight is unmatched, and this is what people are really saying about you. And again, I feel like in the past, unfortunately, some people gave up because this was just too much to bear. They could have been even labeled as mentally unstable or mentally ill to kind of cover up the damage that was done to them by others, unfortunately. But for those who did stick in there, this is where you are. You're in some sort of energy here where this card represents Venus energy. It's love and pleasure. So I feel like you're focused now on your options that you have. You actually getting yourself out of a situation once you realize you weren't going to have help, or people were not listening to your concerns, or they were comfortable putting you in very unhealthy, dangerous situations, hoping something would happen to you, and it would just be a cover up. So I do feel like there is energy here, Pisces, where currently you're looking at your options now, the choices that you have, multiple possibilities, multiple opportunities, and being now you're a little more selective about who you allow in your energy, who you allow in your life. You have a I can attitude. So you emerged from this. This has definitely changed you. It changed how you look at people. It changed how you interact with people currently. But it has definitely changed you. But I'm gonna tell you, Pisces, I see that it changed you in some ways for the better. You know why I say that? Because you have learned how to open up your options instead of giving so much trust to people who could do something so unethical to you, and then even possibly try to justify it. Wow. I say it. Oh my goodness. You have the sun card here. So this is a lot of positivity that's coming your way. Your what you sticking in there is going to pay off. Believe it or not, it is. You have the sun card here. This is that Leo energy, positivity, freedom, fun, success, optimism, vitality, joy, confidence, self expression, good luck, enthusiasm, happiness, truth, openness. Also can speak of pregnancy. So I do feel like, in spite of all that you had to go through, you're currently in the energy where you're looking at your options. You have wishful thinking, you're optimistic about the future, you're expressing yourself, you have a lot of good luck coming your way. Both of these cards again represent your solar plexus chakra, and that's that you have that I can do it attitude. This is what's working for you. So I'm so glad that you did say, okay, you know what? These people are really trying to be funny. They know I'm telling the truth. But I feel like it took a while for you to realize, for you to understand.
Okay, so this is where right here is about the part where I ended it and came live. So we'll see. I don't know if it starts going into something complete. I might just end it. I don't know, but yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel, and it's just so sad. It really is. I'm just so it's actually it gives me like it makes me lose hope for humanity. I mean, people were contacting family and stuff, and getting Jim's family mad at me, and just adding fuel to the fire, um, calling CPS, um, telling very private stuff on YouTube about my daughter that I confided only in them about. Um, yeah, trying to get me arrested for something they know I didn't freaking do. It's a game to them now, and it's just so sad. And it really is. I don't I don't watch this shit, but you know, even I still get occasional screenshots or whatever, hear it through a grapevine, and it just doesn't make sense to me to think that they were like sitting there plotting and planning for fucking weeks on me while trying to pretend to be my best friend. Especially Lady CG, just like, it's just so gross.
And that they were all grouping together doing this intentionally. Like no matter how much you complained about something, you were labeled as, oh, they crazy, don't listen to them. And that's a really dangerous place to put a person in. If you're a woman, this could have been other women, but yet to the public, they're like, oh, sisterhood. But they were willing to do this to another woman. If you're a man, this could have been other men who did this to you, and they're like, oh, this is brotherhood. But, that's the image they paint to the public. But behind the scenes, they're willing to do this kind of stuff to a human being. And so, which is nothing about that's
I'm a Taurus. I think I know my.
That's all an act.
Oh my gosh!
But currently, you seem to be in the energy here.
Somebody's seriously trying. Like these are like how these people are seriously trying to tell me I'm a sign. I'm not. I'm a Pisces. I actually don't have just one. I don't just have Pisces and my sun as my sun position. I have Pisces in 3 different spots. So I'm very, very Pisces. And actually, no, my birthday is right smack dab in the middle of Pisces. So there's no disputing that. This is for people who are, have heavy Pisces in their chart. Because if you just have, even if you just have it in one spot, you're going to have a lot of influence from other things, from other signs.
Where this is Taurus energy. Now you're trying to invest into something. You have an I can attitude again. Here you go. The solar plexus chakra came out 3 times in a row. So your solar plexus chakra is about I can. You believe in yourself even if no one else believes in you. And this energy here with this 7 of Pentacles, this is Taurus energy. This the planet that rules this Taurus energy here is Saturn, and this is about your responsibilities and discipline. And so I feel like right now you're making investments into things that you feel like your hard work is going to pay off. So you're being disciplined at this time. You may be disciplined with your finances. You may be disciplined right now with, like I said, with your spending, your savings, education, just certain things that you feel like it's going to pay off. But this also can speak of inheritance. It could speak of cultivation. It could speak of something growing, gestation stages, nurturing things, being patient to see something pay off. It could speak of things coming to fruition. So whatever it is, Pisces, whatever this I can attitude that you're keeping, and this, you're not willing to give up, you don't even know how much this is paying off for. You have a lot of positivity. Your positive energy plays a huge role in this too. And then you have the Justice card, Libra energy again. So with this card, this corresponds with your heart chakra. Things are about to come into balance, and some sort of justice is going to come to this betrayal. Whatever this betrayal was, it really threw your life off balance. But there is going to be some sort of justice, some sort of karmic justice at that. So I kind of feel like the fact that you removed yourself from a situation, and you know that people were deliberately trying to put you in some sort of environment where your voice would go unheard, or your needs would not be met, or this, through all of this backstabbing and bad mouthing you and all this kind of behavior, there are consequences that's coming to this. This could speak of truth, it could speak of honesty, it can speak of integrity, because I feel like someone.
This is what it feels like to file with TaxSlayer. I'm the refund boss.
Like, it was almost like they said that you lacked integrity, and that was the reason why they tried to justify doing something to you. But it really shows what they did to you. They actually lack integrity. So there is a karmic.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, it is. Sorry, I'm even discussing this. I understand. I don't even want to. I'm really trying to get, keep myself from even discussing this shit at all.
Justice that's into play right now. You may not understand, but it really shows what. Like, it was almost like they said that you lacked integrity, and that was the reason why they tried to justify doing something to you. But it really shows what they did to you. They actually lack integrity. So there is a karmic justice that's into play right now. You may not understand, some of these people are getting their karma back just in different ways. Their karma could be them seeing you progress regardless of what they tried to do to you. And so there will be some sort of agreement now. And I remember I said I don't see an apology coming in. There may be a few people who decide to apologize for what they did. It's up to you whether you want to accept it or not. They may be made to apologize just because they're being held accountable through the justice system. That may be the reason why they decide to apologize. There may be some sort of investigation being done into this level of betrayal, things that happened to you. I feel like there were people who use their title to do something really unethical to you too. And that is what's being talked about. This is also a card.
Oh shit. I was sitting here talking and saying, oh my gosh. I was just saying that how she said people were using their titles to, you know, to hurt me. I was just saying that that's so true that Lady CG is a nurse and she could lose her license over this because of the code of conduct that she agreed to when she took that position. And I was saying, I think possibly she may have either lost her job or something's going on where she's kind of not so worried anymore. Because when I was last, friends with so-called friends with her, she was telling me she was on leave from work. And because of she was sick and had some kind of blood clot. Well, I don't know if she, whatever happened. So I don't know if that's why, but I'm just saying you're held to a code of conduct just like a police officer or somebody in power is. You are even held to that standard when you're outside of your position, like when you are not clocked in.
Reason why they decide to apologize. There may be some sort of investigation being done into this level of betrayal, things that happen to you. I feel like there were people who use their title to do something really unethical to you, too. Um, and that is what's being talked about. This is also a card that represents Venus energy. It's Libra energy. That Venus, okay, that again, that Venus energy speaks of love and pleasure. And so I see that even with the betrayal, you still love yourself, Pisces. And that's an amazing, very mature, very spiritually grown energy to be in, in spite, because you knew some of the things that were being said about you were not true. It was just like there was a free for all with your energy. People like, oh, I can do whatever to Pisces and I'm not going to be held accountable. Okay. So that attracted a lot of wolves to you. And this is why you were going through so much. And it could have been in three different areas of your life: mind, body, and spirit, where your mind was being attacked, like that gaslighting thing, your body, where you felt like you weren't safe in certain situations. Because, of course, if people feel like if the word has gone out that, oh, you can do whatever to her or him, and we're not going to hold you accountable. We're going to take your side regardless of, even if we know you're lying, we'll cover up for you. That puts your life at risk. That puts your safety.
Ding, ding, ding. And people want, that's why I was going to wait till I left Tennessee to let people know about the trip. It was not a secret. People act like, oh, I'm going to get pictures of Ziggy and act like it's some kind of big secret. Like, no, that's creepy. That's stalking and weird. Guys, I'm not a suspect in an investigation. So strange. I'm not a celebrity. Okay? Like, please, this is so gross.
And your health at risk. Um, your mind was being attacked, like that gaslighting thing, your body, where you felt like you weren't safe in certain situations. Because, of course, if people feel like if the word has gone out that, oh, you can do whatever to her or him, and we're not going to hold you accountable. We're going to take your side regardless of, even if we know you're lying. We'll cover up for you. That puts your life at risk. That puts your safety and your health at risk. Um, Spirit, this could have been spiritually damaging to you for a while, because you just did not understand why these people were given so much power, or so much yeah, power to abuse, over you. And so there is, believe it or not, you all are walking miracles. I feel like that. I feel like I should say that to some of you all. You are definitely walking miracles. So hold your head high. Know that what you went through, you really did not deserve that. That speaks more about the people who would betray you in that way than it does about who you are as a person. So there will be some sort of justice or karmic justice due to there will be consequences to that sort of behavior. Okay. Your future here is you're moving on from this. Like you're deciding to, not only you're moving on from the heartbreak, but you're moving on from not being able to make a decision about something, sort of procrastinating, and this fantasy life that people I feel like there are two things you're moving on from. You're moving on from thinking that all people behave that way. There are so many, there's still so many good people in this world, and I come across them often, and so even though you had people like this, you do have some good people out here. And I feel like you're seeing that, so you're not putting everybody in the same boat. And that's the beautiful thing about your energy, Pisces. You've spiritually grown in some way. This could speak of, you abandoning the thought of even having some sort of rekindling of an energy. I feel like if someone apologizes to you, you're like, fine, okay, I accept your apology. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But I don't feel like you want to stick around with people that can do something like that to you. So
Exactly. Exactly. I was just talking to somebody last night about forgiveness, because it started where people are starting to pop in, and I think starting to see, get tired of it, and they're starting to, kind of see what's going on over here and stuff. And somebody was asking me, am I going to forgive these people when they, you know, there's some that I would, but many I will not. This is too much of a betrayal for me to ever. I mean, I can forgive them, but I won't ever have them around me. I will never be cool with them. I mean, this was worse than a six up thing because they were supposed to be my friends. They pretended. They even have admitted to pretending to be my friend to try to, destroy me. Um, But no, Michelle D, this is actually just a Pisces reading, but I have Pisces in my chart in several places. So I'm like overly Pisces. So yeah, when I first started, I listened to the first 15 minutes of this video and then I hurried and turned this on because I was like, oh my gosh, once again, she's spot on. So if you are Pisces, this for me. But my birthday's smack dab in the middle of Pisces. I have Pisces, like I said, in three parts of my chart on my sun, Capricorn moon. I don't know a couple other. I forget the other two houses my Pisces is in, but
So you may be abandoning something. You may have even planned on still trying to help something grow at a job that you're at or in an area or in a relationship, maybe because you're vibrating in a better energy and you're feeling like they would be vibrating in a better energy. But I still, again, I feel the remnants of some people who haven't gotten the memo that what they did is not okay, and there will be consequences to this level of betrayal that you had to go through. So you will be walking away from some sort of situations and letting things go. I also feel like you're going to be letting go of this heartbreak. I really do. I feel like you're just going to decide to let that go. That's Pisces energy there. And this is also Saturn energy, responsibilities and discipline. So you're looking at what you need to be responsible for in this life. You're looking more to your responsibilities opposed to heartbreak. It's like you're changing in some way. You don't want to really focus on the heartbreak anymore. You're very much aware of what these people did and how they are, but you also understand not everybody vibrate in that kind of energy. Not everyone had walk around with a bitter spirit or that backstabbing energy just because you say something that they don't like. They go into this whole mode of strategizing and putting something in play to try to do something inhumane or unethical or even possibly even illegal to you. Some people are way beyond that, like their energy don't even vibrate like that, and I feel like you're giving others a chance. But this has caused you in the future to sort of go deep within and really putting limitations on how much you open up to certain people to give them that advantage over your energy, over your life.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce.
yeah, I saw somebody, a country girl, and I will just say, no, I do not forgive that person, and no, we will never be friends again, and please never come back. Never. I'm a very forgiving person, and when I get to this point, it is. I mean, they even got people like Jason, talking to Jason and all kind. I mean, just in unreal things, guys. And the people I won't forgive are the ones that have been in the banter saying things like, oh, like, you know, tr- there's certain people like Taco Tuesday going around asking people questions, trying, did she ever send you expired makeup? And there's people who played around along with that and tried to make it see, make me look bad, tried to ruin my business, tried to destroy me. And no, I can't forgive that. Now, if you're over there and you are hanging out over there and you kind of disappear for a while, I'm not going to, yeah, I can forgive you and stuff, but I'm not going to forgive people who actively participated in that were supposed to be my friends, because these people knew better. They knew better. And nobody came to me and talked, and only one person came to me. And only one person out of all these people came to me and asked me or told me their concerns and said, I see, I'm kind of concerned, I'm hearing this, what's going on, how stupid could you be? Why'd you take, as far as like that loan and stuff. And I'm like, man, Jim passed away. What do you mean? I wasn't thinking correctly, And so I really respect that. And I think people are just not used to being able to come to somebody like that. So I truly, truly respect it. But you have to come to me privately in email. I'm not going to address it during my true crime lives. I'm not doing that anymore. It is immature. It is like high school. It is unproductive and negative, and I don't want anything to do with it anymore. So that's why I'm not addressing it. That's why everything just gets deleted immediately. You address it during my true crime, or you say anything really hateful, or come in here, talking about stuff you guys do not know. I post the calls, okay? I'm not going to talk about everything on here anymore. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to talk about my dating life. I'm not going to talk about anything like that, because there's people like this that have to ruin it for everybody. Actually, mainly, ruin it for me, because I think they knew I like coming on here and being transparent and talking about things going on in my life. But you know what? I have a daughter, so I can't be selfish. And plus, it's, not good for me anyways, because obviously everything gets twisted.
You have routine here. So you're going to get into some sort of routine. And I feel like that's what you're planning, that you're getting into some sort of regular routine. You're having patience with yourself in the future. I feel like some sort of routine is going to work out for you. Again, this is Saturn energy, both of these cards. This is the Knight of Pentacles. This is also, this represents Saturn energy. And this has a lot to do with your heart chakra. So you're planning something that's from your heart, and it's right up under the sun card here. So it does look like there will be, in the past when people rejected you, you're going to have your own tribe, your own cluster of people that accept you and love you at the root for who you are. Very positive energy, Pisces, but it's because you're vibrating in a positive energy. I even feel like in the past, you could have had people that said you vibrated in a negative energy, and they're trying to justify what they did. But if word went out to everyone not to listen to you, it doesn't matter. If you're constantly being ignored or mistreated or even abused in some way, then of course you're not going to always be vibrating in the highest energy. And people know that. So, they are trying to justify some sort of betrayal. There's no justification in it. And again, there's a karmic justice coming due to some sort of consequences. So I do feel like you're getting better, and you're getting into some routine with better people who vibrate in a positive energy, more of up your lane, and things like that. You're realizing you've given something a lot of time to, and you're going to be looking at it like time heals all wounds, And so I do feel like you'll be a lot happier with this situation where you don't this. I have to, always be in the energy where I have to constantly deal with people like that. And, I feel like you're going to have a better, some sort of better, your own little cluster of friends or a new community or something like that. This could just be a new relationship where you're treated better, or this may be a new job where you're treated better. Your concerns are heard. People aren't just brushing you off. So, because I feel like that was the past, that's what you had to deal with. If it was medical, I feel like you'll be dealing with doctors who actually listen to their patients, and they don't just brush things off, or whatever. I feel like you're going to get into a better energy, and you're going to realize time heals all wounds. This also could speak of some sort of unexpected source of money or income. This Knight of Pentacles, this can speak of that as well. And your hard work, paying off in some way. And people are going to see you as trustworthy and someone who perseveres to reach their goals in life. So you'll be some sort of inspiration. And I feel like people around you are going to inspire you too. So these people from the past, I feel like you're going to realize that it's best to just leave them right where they are in the past. You have the truth here. This is the King of Swords, someone who speaks the truth. Again, Libra energy. So you may have a lot of Libra placement, because you have Libra here, here, and there. And so you may also have
Turn your low energy into big fitness energy in 2023. Join Planet Fitness for...
I see Leo and I see Scorpio placement too. So you may have those. Excuse me, I have strips on my teeth. So it probably sounds like I got something in my mouth. Well, I actually do. But anyway. But this speaks of you being, this discipline is going to pay off, some sort of investment, but it's like you had to put an into something first. So you could be more disciplined in your life, and seeing things come into fruition, and your hard work paying off, and getting into some sort of routine in an intelligent way, being rational. I do see a power increase with you too. So I don't know whether you're getting like some sort of promotion. This may be a promotion on the job, or you just may be in a better situation in a relationship. This could even be in your community in some way. But I do see you using discernment, and communicating honestly and truthfully. Um, you're thinking a lot. You're thinking logically with the situation too. And this King of Swords represent the third eye chakra, and it's I see. So you see the truth about things. You know that you're dealing with. That's all you're dealing with now. So people can't sit back and tell you, oh, it was all in your head. I feel like in some areas you have actual proof, like paperwork, or you have something to show. There's some sort of long-term behavior that was happening to show that you're speaking the truth about a situation.
Yeah, but some people for some reason refuse to hear the truth. That's what doesn't make sense to me. But I have to hurry up and get through this. So I need to stop talking. I really have to go. I still need a shower and have to go somewhere and get something done real quick before it closes at 5. So, and I don't want to get there right at 5 because they might not be able to see me. So yeah.
But I do feel like right now you're a little more, in the future, you want to be more structured, and something is going to become routine after you move on from this heartbreak and some sort of confusion. And then you have burden here. And so with this 10 of wands here, this is burden energy. This is Sagittarius energy. A Sagittarius may be significant, but it represents the planet Saturn, and it corresponds with the root chakra. The root chakra is like your base chakra. It has a lot to do with your sexual organs. So this could have even been someone who you were intimate with, or someone who was angry about who you were intimate with. Like they could have been in a relationship with someone, and
So yeah, and I think that this might have something to do with you know who, because he got freaking drugged into it too. And I hope to God he's not freaking communicating with these people anymore. But whatever, you know, it is what it is.
And maybe that relationship ended and the person moved on with you. And so they were just really doing a lot of deceitful stuff towards you. You have the 10 of swords here and you have the 10 of wands here, and this is burden. So it was meant to, whatever they did was meant to cause you a lot of burdens. You know, you felt overburdened, overloaded with responsibilities, a lot of stress, problems, you know, weights on your shoulders. But I do feel like, since this is like future energy, you're going to find out who was behind this situation here. Like someone who played a role in burdening you. This may be the very person who wants to apologize. This could be the person who
Well, he better get on it then.
want to apologize. But this is also obligations, you know, and some sort of uphill struggle. You know, you could feel like that you were being taken for granted in the past. And I do feel like you're being honest now about what happened. It's almost like in the future, you're speaking about what happened. This may be in court, that you're speaking about the burdens that were placed on you or how things affected your life.
Yeah, I don't know why people think I won't fucking prosecute. I don't know why. We've seen that I can do it on my own without an attorney. I got a freaking protective order on my own representing myself. Do you think I'm afraid to represent myself to sue somebody? No, because I have tons of proof of this shit. It's undeniable.
How you were taken for granted, because I do feel like someone feels bad for taking you for granted in some areas, but then there's other people who are still from your past who are still vibrating in that energy. Again, they haven't gotten the memo that what they are doing, it's just not okay. It's not okay. It wasn't okay. It will never be okay. At the bottom of the deck here, you have a mirage here. So with this 10 of cups, this is Pisces energy here. And this is that it represents that the Mars planet, action and energy. So overall, you will be going after what you want. You're trying to manifest what you want. You want happiness. You want that family life. You want reunions, home, things that you feel like, this may be family gatherings, a marriage, something like that, some sort of long term relationship, security, stability, harmony. It also speaks of abundance, it speaks of domestic bliss, that happily ever after situation, fun, caring for children, things like that. So I do feel like this is what.
Yeah, because if you keep putting positive out into the world, you'll yeah, you have to go through hardships, but it's also a learning experience. So I'm using it as a learning experience, you know, has helped me be able to come on here and be stronger, be able to learn how to ignore the stuff and what to do. You know, it's a trial, you know, it's a process, like a trial and error.
Where you're headed, Pisces. This is what you're trying to get to, and this is the final outcome for you right now. And your root chakra, someone could have tried to do some sort of black magic on your root chakra, like on your sexual organs or something. So
You know what's crazy about that? That is so fucking scary. I have heard so many times in these readings of people doing black magic on me. How fucking freaking weird is that? But I'm too, like, my my vibration is too high to fucking let any of that come in. It was in a point where they were able to get to me, you know, because I lost Jim, and, you know, it was sick how they did it, how they planned it, how they waited till the timing of it all and everything. Waited till I accepted a loan or did something that they felt like they could be like, oh, see, Ziggy's just such a horrible person.
I do feel like this is going to be healed in some way. It's going to be fixed in some way. So, Pisces, I'll pull a few oracle cards. I don't want to. Let me just going to pull one for you. Great fortune. You have some sort of great fortune coming your way. You're going to be able to walk away from something. Now, you may be awarded something through the courts or something, but I also felt like you were cheated out of some great fortune in some way too. Someone wanted to keep you from it. This also may be through inheritance. False person. Yeah, someone was told that you were a false person, and this is why they should never give you anything. In your past though, and I do see with this false person, there may have been a couple that was behind this. There may have been some sort of couple that was behind this, trying to block your prosperity or something in life. But they told everyone you were a false person, and this is the reason why everyone should reject you, not listen to whatever you have to say. Sort of, you're see how this person's not. It was a lot of whispering and backstabbing, gossip going on, bad mouthing behind the scenes. I feel like this was a couple, someone who worked together to do this.
Earn your degree faster and for less at University of Phoenix. Undergrad students with eligible credits and relevant life experience save on average $11K and nearly 1 year off their
marriage here. Some of you all will be having marriage in your future. So you'll be dealing with more honest people who can be honest, truthful things, people who want to make investments into you. They want to invest into you and they want you to invest into them. Pathway. You're going to get some clarity about something. You're going to see the truth about something. Things are about to open up for you. Some sort of pathway. If you were feeling like you were in the darkness, things are about to open up for you in a good way. And at the bottom of the deck, official person. So an official person may be, this could be because it says with the 10 of cups, you may either be marrying an official person or you may have some sort of really good relationship with an official person in the future. And then I'm just going to pull only one of these cards and then one from the other oracle deck. That'll be the end of your reading, Pisces. Evil queen, you deserve sugar, not salt. Yeah, this is someone who's really manipulative. Oh my goodness, you can't, I don't know who you came across, Pisces, but this is someone who's really evil. They were trying to throw so much salt your way, very salty about something you said or whatever, the way you made them feel. But instead of them dealing with it like an adult, it's like they took their illegal route, and they incorporated other people in this to do this. And that's just not okay. They could have even used some sort of fortune to do this. But anyway, you deserve sugar. You deserve sweetness, kindness. You do not deserve that kind of stuff. But I feel like you're in the energy where you know that. You see that now. That's the past of what someone chose to do. That's their natural, that's who they are naturally. So they could put on the fake facade like, oh, we love women, we're sisters, sisterhood, yay. But to do this to another human being is that has nothing to do with sisterhood. If you're a man and you were going through this with other men and they're to the public, they're like, oh, brotherhood, we stick together. You don't do this kind of stuff to another person. I feel like some of my Pisces didn't even make it through this. And that's so unfortunate. Because it was just the pain, the betrayal was just too heavy, too deep, or they were put in a horrible situation where people knew.
Sorry. How sad is that? I'm telling you, it was definitely dealing with that on top of, Jim's passing. Yeah, I mean this. I can imagine. I have said so many times to people, most people would not have been able to deal with this. Like serious, the me like even 10 years ago. I don't even know if I mean, I don't know how I would have.
that no one would listen. So, other wolves came in and did horrific things. And they were just passed off as crazy or being at the wrong place at the wrong time. But it was intentionally done. But I feel like for the rest of us, Pisces, who have been here sticking around, we're in this sort of energy now where we're getting clarity about what was happening. But we're ready to move on. We're in some sort of, because I am a Pisces too, we're in some sort of better energy, dealing with some things. Some of you all are pregnant, and some of you all will be will be having marriage. You've accumulated something in your life, and pathways will be opening up for you. Doors will be opening up for you. And in the future, you'll be healing from a lot. I feel like you're already in that healing phase, though. And then I feel like you're getting into some sort of routine after moving on from this. And you're able to speak your truth and see the truth about things. You're able to see the truth about how things kind of played out and who was behind really trying to burden you. You have conjunction here, alliance. Yeah, so you will be aligning. There was so just like these people sort of grouped together to do this to you, to betray you on this level, um, you will have your own group moving forward. You won't even have, like, these are the kind of people who you don't even deal with, and so they chose to group together and kind of come in to make your life this way where you would feel really betrayed. I feel like they had a number of people in here bad mouthing you, like a lot of people that grouped together, and it could have been because they labeled you something as being a false person or something. This even could have been rooted in your root chakra, something that has to do with your sex life or your sexual organs or a baby or something.
If you've got kids, you need life insurance. I tried a bunch of websites and all I got was fake quotes.
But there.
So, I know it's sad. She is really on to something. It's so freaking correct. It's unreal. This is once again spiritual liaison 123, and there's only a few minutes left. Let's go.
There was a lot of betrayal and bad mouthing going on, and people just felt like you were a doormat. They could walk all over you. But I feel like that the present energy is that's changing. Even though you have some people from the past that have not changed, again, they haven't gotten the memo that this is not what you do. Um, but I feel like your present energy has changed, and you may be aligning yourself with really good people, people who match your energy better, people who do not vibrate in that kind of energy. And then in the future, it does look like you will be with people where you can be truthful and honest, but be careful about, once you release these kind of people, about taking on a whole new group or whole burdening yourself. You may feel so good that things have changed or gotten better in your life that you start burdening yourself with new things. So just be careful about that. That's just a warning. At the bottom of the deck, you have tension here. So there will be some tension due to the truth being spoken, due to you telling the truth about what happened to you. There will be some tension. And at the bottom of the deck over here was feast. Slow down and celebrate yourself. So yeah, so you will be celebrating yourself, being able to do some of the things that you wanted to do in the future. There was some sort of evil person, evil queen, it says, who was very salty with you and was even encouraging other people to throw salt your way. So I almost feel like they were doing things in a very passive aggressive way, pretending to give you salt. I mean, pretending to give you something sweet when it was like they were giving you salt. It's like, oh, here, I'll give you a job, and then harass you on the job the whole time and get other people to harass you.
Or here, oh, here, I'll give you a loan, and then turn around and act like like you took advantage of them or were stealing from them. Guys, the very first time I talked on the phone or even texted on the phone with Cindy was around the time Jim passed away. Okay? There was no secret behind the scenes like, oh, here you go. Here's some. No, all monies were shown right here live. Everything I got, you saw in my sales, which she got product for. It's not my fault that she cannot control her spending. Okay? Cry me a river, build a bridge, and get fucking over it. Deal, change your life, and do something about it. Stop blaming other people.
On the job until you quit, with this death card. Or, oh, get in a relationship with this Pisces, act like you really do love them, only to be gaslit by that person, or this is what it all makes. It just looks like there was a lot going on where someone was pretending to give you sugar when they were really giving you salt. But all of this that's the past. Your present is, it looks like you're in a very good energy of I can, I will, and you're not giving up. And your future is you're getting into some sort of routine where you're dealing with more honest type people. These type of shady people from the past, they are who they are. And anybody who would jump on board with something like that is not someone you want to be around anyway. But it looks like you'll be dealing with more people who, after walking away from something or walking away from that, leaving it behind, abandoning that kind of situation, because you can't change people. They got to want to change. You can't change them. But it looks like you'll be setting into some sort of routine. But again, it says unexpected sources of money or income. This may be some of the things that you're able to work with. This could be in business. It could be in your career. And then it says truth, some sort of power, intelligence. So some of you all are getting a promotion on your job. But make sure you're clear about what this promotion entails. Like you're not becoming overburdened or overloaded with stuff, with responsibilities. Because I feel like for some of you all, you're going from sort of but like you're going from a betrayal, finally getting some sort of clarity and balance, and then taking on a little too much in the future or something. So something that'll stress you out. So just be careful with that. All right, Pisces, I love you all. That is the end of your reading. Notice sound off in the comment section and let me know if these readings are relatable to you.
Okay, guys, I gotta go, but don't let anybody, yeah. I mean, then when you say don't let anybody, you can't, like she said, you can't change anybody. You can only change yourself. So what can you do? What can you change to make the situation less stressful on yourself? I had to change myself as far as how much I freaking go back and forth with these people. You know what I mean? I don't watch it at all. I am I'm on, people know not to send me screenshots. And I appreciate you guys for, not sending that my way, because out of sight, out of mind, some of it, unfortunately, I do have to see, like, when it comes to certain people saying things, I might have to see it. It really is sad. And I do have to see it for possible court proceedings, because I'm not going to this is not going to be, even if they were to quit like today, I'm not going to let it go. It was absolutely the biggest betrayal I think I've ever experienced, on top of the worst moment in my life with Jim passing. So no, I can't ever forgive many of these people. And I know many of you guys are concerned that I will, because I am so forgiving. But I'm telling you right now, if they participated in this, if they were saying, joining in and saying lies, or yeah. Now, I'm not saying if you were over there in the chat, just like chatting with some people in there. I'm talking about if you're participating, saying stuff that's not true, exaggerating to make me look bad. I will never forgive you. All right. Bye, guys.